today's discussion is about the art of asking the right question from the PMP perspective. Now, when we talk about the PMP perspective, asking the right question, that is something which is, we all have this question that, why the project manager has to ask questions. So let's just look at it. And before we start, I would like to just introduce myself. So I'm myself Megha Kotak, and I'm a part of IQVIA team working as a director of project management. I'm also a PMP trainer, and by hobby, by passion, I'm a professional photographer. I was one of the first amongst the PMP certified professional who was implementing the project management in the pharmaceutical industry. I come along with around 20 plus years of experience, including IQVIA, McKinsey. Before that, approximately 15 plus years of experience in pharmaceutical industry. I'm also a speaker. I have been speaking on the pharmaceutical project management for quite some time, and now the regular project management. So when we talk about my hobbies and of course something on the personal side, I have two fur babies and I just love them the most, and I love to do whatever I'm doing, including this webinar. So for today's agenda, we have around 18 to 19 participants. Why don't we just take a quick round and we can just introduce each other. Namita, can you just can we unmute the participants for a while?
Yes, we can, but they'll have to go one by one.
Okay, let's just start with Imran. Looks like he's not there. Can others just, I just allow everyone to talk from the system, but I would appreciate if one by one you can just, introduce.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, I'm Achilleas from Greece, working for Nokia, professional PMP certified. I'm a project manager and also manager for other care and support activities since almost 20 years now. Thank you.
Welcome.
Hey, Megha, I'll go next. Hi, I'm Avinash. I work for IQVIA as a associate director of project management. I manage certain deliveries for the US region in the pharmaceutical world, and I happen to be one of the colleague of Megha.
Hi, Avinash.
Hey, hi.
Yes, I can see Sudhir.
Yes, my name is Sudhir Kumar. I am working for Skyfarm, Saudi Arabia as a project.
Okay, next is Zuzana.
Hi everyone. I'm working as a project manager at Global PI based in Sweden. I'm supporting different business units in across IQVIA, and I'm working as a project manager for 5 years already.
Welcome, Susanna. Next, can I ask Kutsamanis? I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrongly. Okay, Amit Shah.
I am working as a delivery manager in one of the IT company. We are generally catering different service-based company, and generally I am looking for the open source projects.
Thanks, Amit.
Yeah, thank you.
Anil Gupta.
Good evening. Myself, Anil Gupta. I'm working as a project manager in MCX, Multi Commodity Exchange, and around 7 to 8 years experience in project management. I'm handling .NET and Java's application, web-based applications.
Thanks, Anil. Yeah, the next will be Gaurav Mang.
Hi, this is Gaurav here. I'm working in Accenture and I'm leading a team size of 4 people. And yeah, I'm having a 15 years of experience. And I think I have recently attended your webinar, sorry, your PMP training.
Okay, thanks, Gaurav. The next is Imran Reza. Okay, John Rizzo. We can't hear you, John, if you're talking. We can't hear you. Okay, we'll go to the next, Mustafa Hashmi.
Yeah, hi. My name is Mustafa Hashmi. I'm currently staying in Saudi Arabia. I have business in UAE and Saudi. I run an engineering company, and I've been, raised up in the region and have been living in the region for almost like 25, 30 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to network, and I'll share my LinkedIn just in case somebody wants to get in touch.
Sure. Thanks, Mustafa. Can I ask the next, Rahul Sarode? Looks like he's away. Rajeshwar Pattikankam. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing.
Good evening. Myself Rajeshwar, and I'm working the Maxi Solutions, a product-based company. We are dealing the product in the Gulf country, region, and we are developing the project in the .NET and open source applications.
Thanks, Rajesh. Next, can I request Mr. Samir Patel?
Yeah, hello all. This is Samir Patel here. I'm working for Robert Bosch Automotive Software Domain Company based out of Bangalore in India. And I am personally PMP certified and looking forward to this session.
Thanks, Samir. Samir Wadkar?
Hello everyone. My name is Shamir Wadkar. I'm working as chief manager in one of the PSU banks in India, and it's been more than 15 years of experience.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Sanjoy Dar? Okay, looks like he's away. Sudhir Kumar Guram? He looks like away. Zihad Ahmed Salim?
Yeah, hi, my name is Zia. I'm working in Abloy past 2 years in Dubai, and myself, I'm a technical manager in the UAE and Middle East, and I'm PMA certified, and I'm looking forward to the session. Thank you.
Thanks, Zihad. I can see a couple of guys have joined recently. Can you just introduce yourself? Who has not introduced yet?
I am Narayan Acharya. Can I speak?
Yeah, sure, Mr.
Yeah. I am Narayan Acharya. I run my own company called Acharya Engineering Services. I am PMP certified since 2019 and working in various electrical projects since 1990. And we work in India as well as overseas for various African countries.
Thanks, Narayan. Emmanuel?
Yes, good afternoon. This is Emanuele from Italy, working as project manager on IT project. I am PMP certified.
Thanks, Emmanuel. John Rizzo? Okay, looks like he's not there. Okay, so just a quick round of introduction, and I find it a little more interactive. Let me know if you feel the same. Okay, again, okay. So now we were talking about asking the questions from the PMP perspective, from the project management perspective. So today we'll look at it. Why is it important to ask questions? Okay, the first and foremost part, because people say that, okay, project manager, already we have handed over the project from the business. So then why do they ask so many questions? So we'll just go through that. We'll also go through that, we'll just also cover some of the questions which a project manager should ask. That's from my personal experience, I would say. But yes, of course, you feel free to just, add or opt it out if anything is not applicable. The next question, which I definitely ask my team, that what are the creative ideas can you contribute to enhance the project's final output? So we'll just go through that also. And of course, in the end of the session, we'll have a quick round of question and answers if anybody has a question. Okay, so let's look at it, that why is it important to ask questions as a project manager? As we all know that when the project is handed over to the project manager, it is handed over by it's handed over through business documents. And when we talk about the business documents, it's important to, go through it, look at it, review it, and, make the detailed project charter, project plan, all of that. Now, for that, it's important that, a project manager prepares himself and the team for the upcoming project, for the effective project management. That's a responsibility of a project manager. And hence, how you can do that? By asking the right questions to the team, to the stakeholders. Then and then only you can actually understand what is the project all about. Though we have the business document, some of the companies, some of the IDs, or some of the contractors, or those people have the detailed scope as well. But still, there would be certain questions which we would definitely would like to ask to our team. Of course, depending on the complexity of the project, that's also, multiple aspects of the project that project management can clarify and optimize their ways of working. And by doing this, a project manager can increase the effectiveness of the team handling and the project, and prepare everyone to be the part of the project and overcome some of the issues which are most likely to occur. Generally, so this is, I would say, as more of a proactive approach than the reactive approach. So it's important as a project manager to have these, understanding from the team members, to have that available. Now we'll just check that, when you are starting with the project, how you should ask, I mean, what are questions you can cover within that purview. So the first and foremost question I would ask is, what's the goal of the project? What is that this project is trying to achieve out of here? What is the business acumen involved here? Because as a project manager, it is important to understand that what is the project all about and what is the goal, what is it trying to achieve. The second is, okay, I have understood the goal. Okay, I need to build, let's say, such and such building. But what is that is not included in the goal? And why is that important? Because with that, you can actually avoid the biggest part, that's a scope creep. What is the project deadline? By when That is the second question I would ask to my team, to my stakeholders, to my customer, that what is the project deadline? By when do they expect? And why is it important to understand? So that we try to utilize the resources and the funding appropriately, and we can understand that what can be done, and where the negotiation needs to be there. Who are the project stakeholders? Okay, I got to know the deadline, and I feel that later on there is some issues and all, and hence it's important to have who are the project stakeholder. And that's the reason we do create the stakeholder register, the stakeholder list, where or the stakeholder register. Generally we do that from the even the PMI says that it's important to know your stakeholders. And first of all, you need to list down them. First of all, you need to understand what are they, who are they, what are their roles and responsibilities, what kind of authority do they have in that particular project, what kind of influence they have in the project. Not only that, but how are they feeling about this entire project. Because at times we feel that okay, the person might not have that much of authority, but the person can be very very influential, and hence it is important to maintain everything in the stakeholder register. And hence the project stakeholders, to know your project stakeholders is very very important. When we talk about the team, okay, we got to know about the stakeholders. Now the next question I would ask, that is my team experienced enough to or have they completed similar kind of a projects before? Why? Because if my team is not well experienced for that kind of a project, in that case they will have a steep learning curve, and which might increase the risk, which might also impact my timeline and the quality of the project. And hence it is important to understand whether the team is experienced in the completing similar kind of a projects. Now, later when I'm doing this analysis for my team, I realize that, oh my God, my team is not that experienced. How can I make it, make them more experienced, or give them the learning. And hence that's exactly where your training sessions and everything comes into the picture, that the learning curve comes into the picture. And accordingly your project timeline or your project plan would vary. Hence it is important to understand your team very well. What are the project's main risks and challenges? This is something which we generally do it through the SMEs, or through the experts, uh, by their judgment, by their previous experience, all of it. And hence it is important to ask the questions that as per that particular team member, or as per that particular SME, what can be the project's main risk and challenges occur if you are dealing it for the first time. If you are not dealing it for the first time, not necessarily your previous project is an exact replica of this project, and hence you will have to go through these questions every time. The next question which I would ask to the business or to the customer, that how does the project gets its funding? Now, if I'm getting it through the customer, or if I'm getting it through the business, it's important for me to understand that, is my funding at risk? Is it something which is impacting the funding of the project? Because there is a possibility, I mean, we all must have seen it, that whenever we start with a project, because of the strategic decisions, the projects are killed in the between, or they have kept it on the back burner. That's what we keep hearing. And hence it is important to understand that where is the funding coming from, what is the strategic um, placement of this particular project for the organization, for the customer. And accordingly you can actually prioritize your project, you can make your plan accordingly, whether you want to fast track it, whether you want to add more funding, or whether you want to focus on the quality. What is that something which is making this project important for the customer? When I say the customer, it can be the internal client or it can be the external client. But for the project manager, it is a client, it is a customer, and hence it is important to understand that how they are funding it and in what priority they are funding this particular project. And of course, what is that is the client would say the project is a success. To understand the success criteria or the KPIs is very, very important for the project manager, so that when you are creating your project, when you are making the plan, you are integrating all of this right in the beginning. Otherwise, later on when we start measuring it, we realize that, oh my god, we have not yet even got the data, and then we go back, we work, and then there is a lot of rework. So to avoid it, it's important to set the KPIs of the project right in the beginning. This is something which I would ask on a priority basis. Of course, this list doesn't end here. Then comes the team. That how would the team communicate while working on the project? I mean, today's world, we all know, I mean, in this also, we have people from Europe region as well. We have people from the Middle East region as well. And hence, it is important to understand that how are they communicating from the language perspective, from the culture perspective, from their geography perspective, from their holidays, all of that. It's very, very important as a project manager to understand, and hence we are creating the team master, or the team charter, what we call it as in the PMP. So to prepare that team charter and to ask those questions is very important for the project manager. When we talk about, and of course, after I know my team, after I know the entire project charter, I have created the goals, I know what is to be included, what is not to be included, I know the funding, I have created the team. The next is my WBS. That's exactly where I'll start working, right? I'll create the entire detailed WBS. And against that WBS, I have to create the RACI chart, because it is important that who is going to be responsible to deliver the smallest segment of the WBS, the work package, and who is going to be verifying that, who is going to be accountable for that, who needs to be informed for that. And hence it is important that we do create this RACI chart for each of my WBS. The next question, once I created the WBS, I know that certain things I would definitely need certain tools and the softwares and the equipment and all of it. And hence it is important that we discuss with the team, we discuss with the technical aspect of the project with the team, to understand that what do they need, what all tools do we use to accomplish that particular work package, and what is the timeline of that tool, what is the cost of that tool, how is it going to be procured, how is it going to be released. All of this is important. Of course, we have the plan, we have created the WBS, we know the timeline, and then we optimize the team size. We might increase some resources, or we might replace some resources, we might include some more T-shaped resources for this particular project. And then finally I will have my final team size for this particular project. And of course, when I have gone through all of this, I'm sure, when we are working on the risk and challenges, we do need to take some important decision, and as a project manager, and hence to have that proactive action with the team, that what all important decisions like make or buy, or outsource it, or partially outsource it, bring in some external resource to accomplish that work. All these decisions needs to be taken by the project manager, and hence it is important to understand that what are the most important decisions you would need to make while working on this particular project. Apart from all of this, we cannot forget that the project is successful, project is delivered successfully only and only with the help of the team members. And hence I would like to understand that what are my team members' personal goal for this particular project? How are they going to, what are they looking for? Are they looking for the learning and development? Are they looking for some of the rewards and recognitions? Or they are just trying to fill in the gap? Probably. And hence, this should be the part of my team charter. Of course, I have my team, I have the KPIs of the project, but how am I going to, rate my team members for their individual performance? When can I say that the person is underperforming or person is overperforming, overachieving? All of this needs to be well defined right in the beginning. Otherwise, it becomes very, very difficult at the end, because generally these things are either managed by the HR, who are not very much near to the project, if it is, especially in the IT companies. But as a project manager, I would like to do my own performance reading. So tomorrow, when somebody asks that how this performance, how this particular team member has performed, I have the answers. I have the valid answers with the numbers, because KPIs, your goals has to be the SMART goal. So I would love to, I would appreciate to rate my each of the team members basis their individual performance, of course. And in today's world, it is, at times we do understand that sometimes the project goals are flexible. For example, there are 3 4 goals, and we realize that we have the time crunch, we have the funding crunch. How am I going to, prioritize them? How flexible they are? Can I just, push one of the goal out of the project and I focus on these 2 out of those 3? So to understand this, it's important for the project manager that, okay, these are the goals I need to focus. They are non-negotiable. These are the goals where I can negotiate on timeline or on resources or on funding, any one of it. So we talked about, how what all questions I'm going to ask to my team members, to my stakeholders. The next thing, what I said that I personally do with my team is understand their creative ideas. That how can we make this project better? And I don't do it once. I personally do it, like, I keep doing it. I keep asking my team to share their ideas, which can enhance the project's final output. At times, we realize that, we are so rigid with the overall framework of the project that we forget that there is a out of the way thinking, that there is an out of the box idea which is lying somewhere with some of the team member. And trust me, friends, you will be really surprised when, I don't know how many of you are already doing it. I do it regularly, and generally my project deliverables are better, faster, and of course the team feels well included into the project. By doing this, we are giving the project team, their to contribute their ideas, to bring with their best efforts into on the table, by which your project, your organization, your client, everyone are benefited. The next question which I would ask, which would be specific to the employee, my team members, focused. Because as I mentioned, the success of my project would be completely dependent on my team. It's a, that entire human interaction is very, very important. Even PMI also have now given 40% weightage on the people part than the processes. And this is how we are actually, evolving towards the I would say the hybrid way of working, where we are not only focusing on the processes, where we are not only focusing on the deliverables, but of course we are focusing on the people who are delivering the project. And hence I would start with making the team charter. I would love to know my team. What are their comfortable work hours? Now in my company, there are people who start at 7 in the morning, and there are people who start at around 12:30 in the morning, or they are living in the different geography. And if I have to, work with two different team members, one is living in US and another is living in Australia, it's important for me to understand that what is their comfort level, and I have to set a mutual ground where they can actually sit, come on the same platform, and they can perform well, and hence my project is delivered properly. I'll keep checking on my team that are they comfortable, is it something that is bothering them, or is it something where I can bring value to their overall work. I have also, I had a personal experience within my team that one of the person in my team all of a sudden started underperforming. And initially, honestly, I mean, we none of us could really recognize that there is something which is bothering. And the person took sudden leaves and all of it. And then, of course, the deliverables were getting impacted and all. And then we realized that there was a medical issue, which the person was not able to voice it out clearly. But when we started, talking to them, when we started checking on them, we realized that he was having a serious medical issue. And hence we had to give him a release that, okay, fine, you know what, you take care of yourself first, that's very, very important. And without impacting the personal space, we moved on with the project. But this is possible only and only when you are keep checking with your team. The next question I would focus on: how can I facilitate my team to deliver the best? I mean, can I increase the number of meetings, or can I decrease the number of meetings? What is a bare minimum that is required? I mean, I personally believe in just enough. I don't know if any one of you have attended my PMP training sessions. You would know that I would be talking a lot about just enough. And to enhance that just enough, to enhance the effectiveness of the just enough, how can I help my team? How can I do that? And that's exactly where I'll keep facilitating my team to do the better. Okay, so that's all about today's session. uh, of course, we do have some time, so I would like to keep the platform open, because this topic, I feel that there is nothing much I can keep talking. I would love to listen from you guys. I would love to understand that how can I be helpful to you. So please let me know that if you have any questions, feel free to just one by one, you can raise your hands, and I'll keep calling so that we all can hear your questions to begin with.
Able now?
Yeah, please tell me.
Yeah. So whenever any project manager commencing any project, so first and foremost thing, he has to understand the charter, what is made by the sponsor, maybe his client or internal department requirement. So he has to be very clear on what is the requirement. So that is my first thing which I will emphasize on this. There is a should be the scope clarity, what I have to do, what is a project manager. And that will give me the insight in how to do the planning and how to do the further. That is my take on this.
Okay.
Thank
Anybody else have any questions where I can be of any help?